Hey everyone, today I am playing with the Jar of Flowers bundle, the Jar of Flowers stamp set and the matching punch that you will find in the new catalogue, the new annual catalogue as a 10% off bundle. I also wanted to show you today how to get a different size jar depending on which flowers you're using from the set. You'll notice that some of them are a little bit taller and some of them are a little bit wider. So depending on which flower image you'll be using, you may need to create a little bit more room on your card. And I wanted to show you how to get a smaller jar, a little squat mason jar, if you like, rather than the normal size mason jar. So that's the other thing. And the technique that I'm using today is painting with bleach. So what we need to do is start off with a piece of cardstock, and I have some Misty Moonlight cardstock. I've got all my other pieces cut here. I'm going to use my Stampin' Buddy. I still have my Stampin' Buddy. You will be able to get something similar at a craft store. It's just an anti-static pad to help with where your white embossing powder is going to stick. We only want it to stick to the image that we're stamping in Versamark. So I'm going to ink that up really well, make it nice and juicy, and I'm going to stamp it towards the top. I've got it lined up on my grid paper here, so I'm going to stamp it right towards the top there to leave us room for our little mason jar that will be punching out in a second. There we go. And I'm going to use my card to catch any of the powder. So again, I want to use a bit of the anti-static powder inside my card here, and then I'm going to grab the piece that I've stamped and a little bit of Whisper White powder over the top, like that. And then the card makes it super easy to funnel back in like that. So that's what you can do if you don't have any trays or anything like that. Just use a folded piece of card, or the card that you're assembling will do. Alrighty, so now I'm going to heat this. I need to heat it so that it melts, and I can then add the bleach. And once it starts melting, I can move it around. Pretty good to me, so it's nice and shiny, which means that it is done. Now I'm going to grab my Aqua Pen. We actually have new Aqua Pens in our annual catalogue, and they are I think they're around $19 still, but they just look a little bit different. Same idea though. You can fill these with water, you can fill them with anything actually, even a little bit of ink to do a wash with water, but I've actually got bleach in mine, and I've got a little dot on there to show me that that's bleach, so don't accidentally start picking it up and watercolouring with it, because that could be disastrous if I got that anywhere near my ink pad. So yeah, just pop a little identifying mark on there. So that is actually pure bleach that's inside my Aqua Pen, and I'm going to just make sure that it is flowing. We want it just flowing, but not too much. We don't want too much of the bleach. I'm going to get my little wet wipes here, just to make sure I don't get too much of that bleach happening. All right, so this looks like it's ready to go, and I'm just going to lightly touch on the inside of those flowers. And as I do, you will start to see the Misty Moonlight cardstock take on a very different look. So what this technique does is it bleaches the ink out of the cardstock and reveals the base colour of the cardstock. So you will find that it turns out differently each time with each different colour. and it also takes a little while to cure. So once you've started painting, you might just want to wait a little while before you add any more, because the final effect is not going to show for another minute or so. You can also, if you're in a hurry like I am, get your heat tool and give it another blast, and that will speed up the process of the bleach curing. So let me just a little bit of a heat with that, and you'll see that really coming up now as it's drying. See how it's bleached all that misty moonlight colour out, and we've ended up with it's just kind of a soft, almost like a crumb cake colour on the underside of that. But again, you can still see the outline, so it is just bleached on the inside of each of those images. So next, I'm going to punch out the shape and bring my original card in. I'm going to punch out this shape down the bottom here to create my little jar punch. So we start off by punching out the normal size jar. I'm using some of our Designer Series paper, the In Colour Designer Series paper, the spots in the bumblebee colour. Very cute. Now, when you've got your shape punched out, all you do to make your smaller one is just tuck it back in again where you've punched it out and slide it down a little ways and punch it again. So I'm just going to make sure it's straight. That's it. I'm going to punch it out again. So that gives you a bit of a 3/4 size. And what I did was I went in again. So I've got my smaller size here, and I'm going to make it even smaller to make it that cute little, reminds me of those little mason jars you keep spices in. So again, just give it another punch out like that, and you've got an even shorter mason jar. So super cute. And all I've done is I've popped some dimensionals on the back. So let me just grab some of those. I've got 3 dimensionals. Just going to pop them, maybe four is what I'll need. 4 dimensionals. And they just sort of help the mason jar sit up a little bit off the project to give a bit of dimension. So it does in fact look like those flowers are sitting inside the jar. So here we go. Come back here and pop that there. So you can see how that fits a lot better than the normal size mason jar would have. So here's a normal size one, sorry, this one here. You can see the difference, the little squat one and the largest one. And here's the medium one for you to have a look at again. You can see the difference in the 3 sizes. And you can mix and match these depending, as I said, on which flowers you're using. And you see how different it looks when I've bleached out the Magenta Madness and also the Cinnamon Cider. And here we have some sunflowers. They've been bleached out of the Bumblebee, so that gives you another different look. And you can layer these with the gorgeous Flowers for All Seasons Designer Series paper, which matches your In Colour Designer Series paper. You can coordinate that beautifully together with those. So there's all my cards, and this is my original card. I've actually finished all of them off with some of the Misty Moonlight and silver and white baker's twine, just to give a bit of a sparkle and some texture on there. I didn't put a greeting on there. I decided that I would stamp on the inside if I needed to, as I needed to use these. These ones are actually going to one of my winners of a competition that I had on my blog. Make sure you following me on my blog and also my Facebook page. You can shop the new catalogue now at www.vanessawebb.stampinup.net in my new look online store, and browse and shop all of the new products in there. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have fun using the bleach technique at home. I'd love to see some of your results, so you can pop those on my All Things Stampin' page as you create yours at home. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.